Hey everyone, this is Nitro. The second anniversary update, Major Update 26, is out for Langrisser Mobile, and this update will cover Rozenciel and Clotaire banner. But in addition to that, there's quite a few new additions as well. So let's go over them one by one. First up, the Secret Realm Store. So the Secret Realm Store has Bozel's special armor, where after actively dealing damage to an enemy, afflicting one random debuff. Going to buy that right away, because I use Bozel. And also Chris gets her exclusive helmet. It gives you the ability to act again after you kill a demon. And if you deal damage, you can apply additional buffs to all your allies. I don't know. It seems more like a PvE item than a PvP one. But I could be wrong. You know, after all, we do see some people use Chris in their PvP boxes. Other than that, Liffini's swimsuit skin is already available in the Secret Realm Store. I already have and am sitting on 6 outfit points, so I'll just pick that one up right away. So those are the Secret Realm items, and I think that is mostly it. There is one other thing I want to mention, which is the arena. If we do like an arena battle now, this feature also kicks in for PvP, so World Arena and Apex Arena. But if you do a battle here, afterwards there's this new information page at the end of the battle, giving you various information. So let's just quickly finish a match here to show that new information page. It's always nice to see additional stats. Let's speed this up. Oh right, there's 3 times speed. So let's increase that to 3 times. Right? So you can speed everything up to 3 times speed now. Make sure you do that. Big time saver. Because you don't have to waste as much time watching things. Uh-oh. My Bozel lacked the range to actually strike the enemy. Fortunately, Chloe only mass healed instead of using Aurora Ring. Wow, that could have gotten dangerous. But regardless, so now we see that there is this new information page which gives additional information about like which heroes killed the most enemies, did the most damage, took the least damage, and healed the most. There's also a stat report where you can see additional stats about everyone who did damage or everyone who did healing and so on. So kind of interesting. The thing is though, worth mentioning, the healing does not actually mean that you've actually did healing. Right? For example, Rachel did an AoE, she provided healing to my characters, but all my characters were at full hit points, so the healing really didn't do anything. But yeah, I mean, the battle stats page is kind of interesting. I mean, just more stats is always nice to see. And moving on. Another nice time saver that they added is in the bonds pages. In the past, you really had to wait when you were upgrading bonds because it took forever. There was that, updates page in between. So upgrading bonds was a slow process because you would upgrade once, wait for this screen to disappear, then upgrade again. So it was really, really slow. But now you can actually click endlessly to get right through it. So that saves actually a lot of time too, which is very nice to see. Another addition is a whole bunch of new missions in the challenges page. For example, if you clear storyline missions, here's some free crystals, right? A lot of free crystals actually, since every single one of these is giving you 90. And then there's complete time rift 11.9 and 11.9 elite mode. Let's see. Is this a new time riff? 11.9. What is this one? What? I have to go back and do older time riffs? Oh boy. Okay. So yes, there's a bunch of missions where I have to go back and, I guess, clear older time riffs to get feats. That's annoying. Well, we'll see. I mean, I can probably just sweep them. So maybe tomorrow I'll start sweeping those other missions. There is also now a feat for 736 days of logins. So with this one, you can get a weapon chest where you can open it to choose any single pre-second anniversary SSR weapon. So you can't get newer weapons. I was hoping I could use it for the crystal bee sting, clearly not. But being able to choose any SSR weapon is a pretty nice bonus, frankly. For example, I can pick up either a second extreme magic bow or more likely a second balance blade from this. Second extreme magic bow, not as useful for me because I'm no longer really using characters that need extreme magic bows. I'll need crystal bee stings, but the balance blade will have use for characters like Reen, Leonhard, Bernhard, potentially even Leon, stuff like that. So I could definitely use another balance blade. Another thing to go over is the new and upcoming SP classes. So let's quickly jump over to a character who will have an SP class like Freya. We now see an icon, a small SP icon, and if we click on it, it'll say the hero's SP form has not yet been unlocked. Go to Hero Makeover. So let's bring that page up. And what we'll see is over here, it lists the necessary things to begin unlocking it, which is the Freya's Heart of Desire in this case, before you can begin. Once you get the item, and you can start doing, you have a whole bunch of missions, like I think like a list of 10 missions or something like that. And once you've finished all those missions is when your character can go into SP class. I'll do a video of me unlocking all of those SP missions once I have her item. It comes from the previously mentioned, or will be mentioned, limited time event, Valorous Rhapsody. You have to farm some missions to unlock that item. Once you have it unlocked, then you can start unlocking the SP class. So, starting in the event page, we see a whole crazy list of new events. First of all, there's always the share event that you can share to get a free crystals. So I actually cannot share with the PC client. You have to do it through the mobile client. So if I click share, for example, I see sharing is not supported on PC. Please download the game on your device. So that is a share event just for 50 crystals. Why not, right? Next is there is a daily login event where you're just getting some, I guess, free stuff for 2 weeks of login. So every single day you log in, you can just claim a new event or claim a new prize. Sorry. The event actually runs for longer than 2 weeks. It runs for, I think, 4 weeks. So you actually don't have to log in every single day. As long as you log in half of the days, right? Just 14 days out of 28 potential days, you're going to get the rewards. So I'm just going to claim the first one, right? Which is 3 Trinity vouchers and this avatar frame. It's kind of interesting, because you would think the avatar frame would be the final prize, but instead it is the very first item that you get. Well, regardless, I'm not gonna, whatever, I got the avatar frame. So next up is a time limited login event as well. So let's click on that. It brings up a new page. Basically, this one runs for 2 weeks as opposed to the other one. And you just log in every day to claim a new reward. So this one should have been linked to the voting event, right? So the voting event was that depending on the number of votes, certain rewards get unlocked. We hit all the rewards, so all 5 prizes are available. And it just means, yeah, you got 2 weeks to log in 5 days. Super easy to do for those rewards. Next event. So this event, Valorous Rhapsody, is a limited time event in the store. So if I go in there, right, secret limited time events in the secret realm, we open up the event. Oh, right. I'm going to not show the story right now. I just wanted to bring up the event's details. So it's one of those events where you have that, it's the beach event, if you will, right? And I'm just going to skip the storyline for now. But yeah, so there is a battle where you're using the characters with the new beach skins against the characters with the old beach skins, right? Rachel is going to get a new beach skin. Knight of Mystery is getting a beach skin, and Liffany, of course, is getting a beach skin. I'm not going to fight the battle yet, though. I haven't gone over the storyline. We can go over it later. But basically, the usual event with multiple locations that you clear. There's certain battles for getting items, and once you collect the items, you can exchange for rewards, of course. I can't even open the exchange tab right now, but the ultimate prize of this is the item that allows you to unlock Freya's SP class. So we'll go over more of that in other videos, right? But it says right here, right? The ultimate event rewards, exclusive evolution items for SR hero Freya, Freya's Heart of Desire, and the Island Surf avatar frame are up for grabs. Next, Echoes of Light. Well, of course, right? With every major update, there's new Echoes of Light and new skins. So because the two new heroes are Rozenciel and Clotaire, obviously they get skins. They surprisingly this time around, they're not running the last month's skins. So normally they have 2 of the new skins, 2 of the last month's Echoes of Light, which would have been the Overlord collaboration, and then 2 random ones, right? Instead, this time we have Rainforce, Betty, Yulia, and Omega. Yeah. Kind of interesting. I wonder why I didn't rerun the collab skins. In any case, those are the 6 skins this time around in the Echoes of Light. I'm actually, as a side note, I'm actually going to be spending $20, so I'll end up getting the first 2 rewards from this, but I'm not going to go any further. And the final event that is currently shown is Memory's Gift. So this is another event that runs for 4 weeks. And this one is really meant for whales, frankly speaking. Oh, it's the new event that they added alongside with the Echoes of Light. What Memory's Gift is basically for players who use lots of crystals. The more crystals you use, the more, I guess, skin vouchers you get. That's pretty much it. So you can see if you use 880 crystals, you can get the first reward. If you use 88,000 crystals, you can get 68 skin vouchers. 148,000 skin vouchers gives you another 98 skin vouchers. 200,000, or sorry, not 200, 20,000 crystals would give you 128, and then basically 30,000. Jeez, I keep saying the numbers wrong. Sorry, 30,000 crystals would add another additional 188 skin vouchers. So in some ways, you can pretty much say this is just a reward for people who are whales and spend a lot, right? That way they can get additional skin vouchers for skins instead of having to buy skin vouchers as well. The interesting question I have here is, I'm going to try something because I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to just go into the store and I am going to convert 880 crystals into Trinity vouchers. Let's just see what happens. So I just did that. Do I get the first one? No, I don't. Interesting. So buying Trinity vouchers is not considered consuming crystals. But if you spend Trinity crystals and vouchers on other things, on summons and so on, or spend it on hopes and dreams, whatever that is, or on Big Bros Gamble, then you get the corresponding amount of rewards. So when I do 10 summons, I'm going to get the first reward. If I do 100 summons, I'm going to get the second reward, and so on and so forth. So in order to actually use 29,800 crystals, you're going to have to do pretty much 340 summons just to get all the rewards. Whatever. Well, it's a nice new addition, I suppose. In the mail tab, you'll find quite a few new things. Like there's going to be several rewards for Trinity vouchers and so on, so you should definitely pick those up. And I've already picked them up. There's also a questionnaire here, surprisingly. And doing the questionnaire will give you another Trinity crystal, or sorry, Trinity voucher reward. So if you got time, you might as well do it. Next then is the info page, where there continues to be free rewards out of this, right, with the major update event. So the one for today is going to be, if I claim it, I think it's 5 vouchers, right? Yeah, 5 more Trinity vouchers. So now, with all those events covered, let's move on to the store. So in the store, we go into the skins page. We can see that there are 2 skins up for grabs at this time. Right? There's the season 5 skin, which is a Claret skin. In the first place, I don't use Claret, so I'm not going to buy it. But it is quite a nice skin for her. I actually really like the skin. I know some people really hate the way the claws look, but I am a big fan of the skin. It's just unfortunate that A, I have her Macholato, and B, in the first place, I don't have Claret built. So I won't be picking up this skin, even though it's actually very, very cheap. 118 skin vouchers is quite cheap for a skin. So other than that, Night of Mysteries gets her swimsuit skin. Right? We just saw it earlier in the Secret Realm event, and it's a pretty good skin for her. Once again, she's another hero I don't have built up, so there's no way I'm going to buy the skin for her. But a lot of people were eagerly waiting for this skin. So it was a skin a lot of people are looking forward to. I'm skipping both, unfortunately. There's an events tab here, and you can see they're rerunning a lot of the older skins as well. Okay. So this events tab is, for example, we see right now Rachel is getting a rerun of her, I guess, librarian / Leonardo da Vinci / astrologer skin. Right? Keep in mind, of course, in this month there will be a Macholato for her swimsuit skin as well. So you might consider waiting for that. And of course, when Valentine's comes up, during the Valentine's event, there's supposed to be her Valentine's skin too. So there's a lot of skins coming up for Rachel. Whether you actually want this one is very debatable. Other swimsuit skins, right? They're all rerunning. So if you want to pick those up for 188 skin vouchers, they're all here. And surprisingly, Yulia's Season 3 skin is getting rerun too. This one was a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, I already have a skin for my Yulia, so I'm not going to pick that one up for sure. But I didn't expect to see this one here, that's for sure. But yeah, it seems like they're rerunning all of the Apex skins. Actually, now that I look at it, Bernhard, Leon, Listel, Yulia, all the Apex skins are here. And then all the swimsuit skins are here with an extra Rachel skin mixed in for some reason. Okay, so that's all those skins. Next, gift pack section. So, gift pack section, the reason I'm going to be spending $20 is I'm going to buy that celebration. It's a celebration fortune bag, right? For any SSR hero. So I'm going to definitely be picking this up. It's still running for one last week. So I may very well pick up Rozenciel with it, but I may hold on to it too. We'll wait and see on that one. Other than that, mostly the standard packs, the huge Trinity voucher gift box with 692 crystals and 15 vouchers that occurs with every major update. The usual not worth it class mastery supply box. This one is actually new. Okay. So it's a Season 5 Apex Arena commemorative pack. Gives you 98 skin vouchers, along with some Mastery Stone epic packs, rare enchant packs, some gold, and so on. If I were to buy skin vouchers, this is actually a better deal for skin vouchers, right? Because you're looking at just 98 skin vouchers here versus 128 here. But this one gives a lot of additional stuff, like a bunch of extra crystals, like the Arena Mastery Stone epic packs and the rare enchant packs. So kind of up to you which one you would pick up. If you think the 30 vouchers is worth more than the other stuff, then you would probably buy the skin voucher pack. But realistically speaking, this is actually probably a better pack overall. After that is the anniversary gold chest. For $10, you get 8 vouchers and 342 crystals. Actually, a pretty good deal too, right? It's like the huge voucher pack gives you 15 vouchers and 692 crystals for 20 bucks. This one gives you 8 with 342. So it's basically the equivalent. Worth buying? Yeah. I mean, if you spend money, definitely worth buying. Muscle training. So Anarchy training materials for cash. For those who don't want to grind or those who want to get their Anarchy gym leveled up quicker, you would buy this. And finally, a custom exclusive equipment box. So 150 challenge points so you can get one of the exclusives for 50 bucks. Well, you get some 1,772 crystals too, but that's pretty pricey. You also get 2 epic martial spirits to level up to level 40, but still very pricey. But a whole bunch of gift packs for those who spend money. And another thing I have not yet covered is the training ground. So with this new patch, the new training ground techs are added. Let's see. For example, if we go all the way to the end here, we now see that there are 3 new techs here. So each of these techs focus on one specific hero character type. So given that this is the Holy Demon and Mage's training ground, one tech focuses on increasing all mage stats. One tech focuses on increasing all demon stats. And one tech focuses on increasing all holy stats. So to raise it up to level 10 would mean 10% to all stat increase. So basically what that means is all the stats now, the cap is actually 80% rather than 70% increases. In addition to that, new soldiers are being added. We can see here, for example, Dark Alchemist has been added here. There's also a Werewolf Soldier, which is not yet available. There's also the Redeemer here. And the Redeemers are actually pretty much a must build because, first of all, they take reduced damage in combat, and when the unit has no debuffs, it does not die upon taking deadly damage, but instead recovers 20% hit points. And then after triggering, the unit's max hit points drops by 50%, but this effect can trigger once per battle. So this is a revival effect. Okay? Redeemers provide your tank a revival. And this revival, and they can be used, the Redeemers, on Ledin, as well as SP Freya, which actually is not shown here yet at this time. So pretty much a must-build soldier, in my opinion, if you use Ledin or Freya as your tank, because it gives them a revival chance, which is huge. So I'm just going to start upgrading them to at least level 5. I'm going to have to raise it to level 10 later, but yeah. The Alchemist soldiers, well, they're just a magic damage soldier. I believe they are a reasonably tanky one, with 40 hit points, 20 defense, and 19 magic defense. If we compare that to Crystal Warlocks, right, 40, 20, 19, so a bit less hit points, but fairly, yeah, nearly comparable to the Crystal Warlocks in terms of tankiness. Right? Certainly it's tankier than, let's say, the Sorceresses, which have just 34 hit points by comparison. Okay. And these Dark Alchemists have a bunch of characters that can use them, like Rachel and Lena, right? Chris, Maya. So, and they kind of function like Crystal Warlocks, right? After taking action, they restore soldier hit points, and as long as the soldier hit points is above 80%, actually, soldier range increases by 1, and the attack increases. So it's a great soldier for Lena, especially because it means these soldiers can participate in with all her range attacks, right? Since they get +1 range. But yet another soldier to potentially level up, which is a pain. Okay, so yeah, I think those are the 3 soldiers that are being added here, right? Dark Alchemist, the Werewolves, the Redeemers, and then these new techs. So that's the Holy Training Ground. Assassin, or Archer and Assassin, right? There's the Assassin tech and the Archer tech. There is these soldiers, which are Elven Riders. I mean, they go really well with Celestial, from what I remember. 5 mobility, yeah. You can look up additional stats about them on, I guess, Langrisser, but they're completely meant for Celestial. And then there's also the Faceless Soldiers here, which are not available yet, but the Faceless Soldiers are basically a great replacement for Bandits, a great Assassin Soldier, that's what they are. So 2 new soldiers there, 1 Archer, 1 Assassin. The Flyer and Aquatic Training Ground has these Dragon Troopers, where they're for a whole bunch of heroes, but the main one that would use it for PvP purposes is probably Renata. Right? Most of the other heroes here are not PvP characters. Right? And they're one of those soldiers where soldier attack increases for each block move before attacking, and damage taken is also decreased by a certain percentage. And then after being attacked and damaged, unit mobility is increased by 2, lasts 1 turn. So, you know, as long as your character survives, they get mobility buffed, you know. And yeah, just a nice offensive soldier, another flyer soldier. There's also these pirate raiders here, which is the aquatic soldier, mainly for Elusia, right? I don't build Elusia, so I'm not going to use them really, but they are there. And I think those are the only 2 in this training ground. So pretty much every kind of soldier type is getting 1 new soldier, is what we're seeing. Right? Cavalry training ground has, of course, the cavalry tech, and also the mechanical knight. So when attacking, soldier attack is increased by a certain percentage, and then when attacked, defense is increased by a certain percentage. When soldiers pass through defensive terrain at 100% hit points, they get a chance to mitigate 2 blocks of mobility reduction. So it helps the characters who can equip it move through terrain much smoother, which is certainly useful for for cavalry heroes. I think that's the only soldier here. Next is the Lancer training ground. Lancer training ground, I actually don't even know what the soldier is. I actually haven't looked it up. So off the top of my head, I'm just gonna skip it. As again, you can check Wikigrisser about that. But since Lancer training ground is just Lancer soldiers only, there is only 1 tech here. Right? And finally, the infantry training ground has, of course, the usual 1 tech, ultimate infantry training. There's also these Viking soldiers. Off the top of my head, I don't remember either, because in large part because my infantry training ground and my Lancer training ground are not in usable states. So a whole bunch of new techs to upgrade. It's going to be difficult because you have to upgrade these techs as well as these new soldiers. Right? So just when you think you're nearing completion of the training ground, nope, they throw in new units at you. But yeah. In terms of techs I want to do, clearly I'll probably want to upgrade the ultimate mage training as well as the ultimate holy training, but I'd also have to upgrade these redeemers for use. So, I mean, I'll put the resources that I have right now into the redeemers because I want to make them level 10 as fast as I can, since it's a very, very high stat increase. So, yeah, redeemers to level 10, you know. Holy characters to level 10, mages to level 10. I'll probably ignore the demon training for quite some time. Flyers, of course. I'm going to have to upgrade the flyer tech and maybe the aquatic tech. Oh boy. Right? Archer and assassin is in kind of the same situation. I use both archer soldiers and assassin soldiers. But I do think I use more archers than I do assassins. So we'll see about this one. I don't really have any assassins fully leveled up at this time, not even the bandits. So in that sense, things like Bolt Rangers and Demon Hunters, things like the new Illustrial Soldier, and things like Dark Elf Snipers are all archers, right? Even catapults. So I'll probably end up just focusing on the archer tech, even though eventually I want the assassin one. I'll probably prioritize ultimate archer training first. As for flyer and aquatic, it'll be both, right? Cavalry, it'll be the cavalry training for sure. And yeah, it's just so many resources necessary. I mean, I can start this and it'll eat up all my resources right off. Just like that. It's only at level 4, but all of my burning straps and devout gloves are gone. Oh man. But yeah, we'll see how all this goes. Surprisingly though, those stats are not showing up here, right? You'd think the training results that you make here with all cavalry stats increase would indeed show up on this page. But I guess because, you know, for example, this training ground, Holy and Demon, it can't show up because if you upgrade, let's say, the mages, but you don't upgrade the demons or whatever, then it can't show both values. So, but yeah, another too many training ground techs. So moving on is apparently we're supposed to have a new thing in the hero page, with the figurine wall. Okay. So if we bring up the figurine wall here, in this location, what you have is there's a figurine store where you can buy some of these basic NPCs, 1 time each. I already bought one, Cavalry General Green, whatever that is. But you can buy like Nagia, Infantry General Red, Fafnir, the Dragon, and an Anarchy Valen. You can also spend Trinity Crystals to get Magic Ooze, right, which we started off with 500 of. There's also secondary materials like this, like Protagonist Meeting Hall, that can hold 20 figurines, or the corner of the room that can also hold 20 figurines. And then there's these little platforms, I guess, to hold your figurines on, to station them. So this whole thing is to basically make it look nice, kind of like how your hero page can be shown. You can also display this figurine wall, it seems. So, and in order, so that's the figurine store itself. The feats is if you get figurines and so on, you get Magic Ooze. And finally, in the materials gallery, you can also finally buy various heroes. So you can buy soldiers, you can buy the NPCs, which I already bought one of, and you can buy the heroes. So I just mentioned earlier that in the feat section, there is you can get some crystals for, let's say, obtaining Lana and Liana figurines, Leon and Elwyn figurines, and Ultimate and Varna figurines. So let's just give that a try. So going into the material gallery, I want Liana and Lana, right? So if I click on, interesting. Yeah, let's click on Lana, for example, and make a figurine. You can get both the portrait version and chibi version, it seems. Well, whatever. Let's try the portrait version first. So that gives the figurine for 120 points. So if you have the skin, you probably get the skin version as well, but I don't. So, and it says I owned 1 out of 2 because once again, I don't have the skin, the Sonic Berry skin. So without the skin, I can't unlock that one. Regardless, let's pick up the Liana one now, so that I have both of those. And if there's the secondary materials, that seems to automatically come. The basic ones. For the more advanced stands, it looks like you have to buy them, right? So let's just go back now. And that would give me the Lana and Liana figurine feats. Okay, cool. So if I want to create my display, right? So let's just use the spotlight cabinet. And let's just adjust it. So add a figurine, like, and you can add a stand for them to be on, right? So there we go. And you can just place her somewhere. And then you can add another figurine. Let's just add the portraits on the basic stands. Right? And you can place them down like this for showing. You can also add chibi versions of them, right? If you prefer, so that they can show up too. So something like this. And you can just place them down as well. So, yeah, I mean, you can just make it look nice and so on. Change their directions, right? Change their action, the way they're looking. So after editing a bunch, you can make it look something like this. And if I just click save, it will save all my changes and allow me to quit. And now anyone who takes a look at my screen will see this figurine piece or figurine setup. So once your figurine wall is complete, you can take a look at it, or you can look at other people's figurine walls by clicking on their name, and then there is now this figurine wall button, which will bring up, you know, the other person's figurine wall. For your own, of course, you just go back in to take a look, and that is that new figurine wall feature. So the next addition that should be covered and mentioned is in the guild section. So first of all, guilds now have icons that they can represent them, right? You have 5 default ones that you can use at the start, and then there's additional ones that can be applied for your guild, but you have to pay 200 crystals for each one. I'm just going to use one of the default ones, and we'll leave it at that. Other than that, in the guild events section now, it is showing 2 separate events, so Guild Wars as well as Dimensional Expedition. Dimensional Expedition is not out yet. If we take a quick look, it seems to be that the future Guild Wars event of some kind. It might actually be Guild versus Guild. We'll see when it comes out. I mean, it's still pretty far away for us, international server, but they've at least added it to the Guild events section, at least the icon. And Guild Wars now has a new difficulty level, Catastrophe level. So, supposed to be even harder than the previous levels. I've had a guildmate already comment, say something about how the new Guild Wars is really hard. The enemies have extremely high defense and magic defense values. I don't know. Haven't played it myself. In addition to this, I was told that for levels of Guild Wars that you've cleared in the past, such as Nightmare Mode for example, you're actually apparently able to sweep those levels now. So potentially, if you clear Catastrophe once, you might be able to sweep it in the future. Right? And just sweeping just means, you know, you can get the rewards right away, I guess, instead of having to manually play them over and over again. And I think that is everything with this update. So, I mean, there's probably minor things that I've missed for sure, but this is all that I have noticed so far. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out.